Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of our RPG series. So since you were last with me, I was planning on changing the animations. I haven't got them yet, but then I noticed something that helped with the combat. So if you, before we actually get into it, I thank you all again for the support. I cannot say this enough. I'm glad that a lot of you guys are joining. Let's just keep interacting. I look forward to seeing the challenges you're having and where I can help, I'll help. If you've got a problem with a script and you want a script for reference, you can just join the Discord and let me know, and I think I can send you the script and you can look at it and even use it in your own game. But without further ado, if you're new to this channel, this is your first time coming here, just subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the content that we are creating here. It only takes a second. You just hit the big subscribe button, the bell icon, so that you don't miss out on any of the content going forward. For all those who are returning, again, let's carry on. And I look forward to seeing some of your projects very soon. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is, I forgot, and for the longest time, when we come here, you could see that apply root motion was checked. So you can uncheck that, because most of the movement in our game we are doing via script. So once you uncheck that, you will notice that your animations will begin to behave much better. You will stop sinking into the ground when you are attacking and all that. They'll start to behave much better, because we are manually handling the movement via script. That is the first thing. And once, let me just show you here, you see that let me just target this guy, equip our weapon, move, and you can see we are doing the damage, but we are really not rotating around. You can see, there we go, we can unequip, and then so once he's dead, we give it 5 seconds before we destroy him. So right now that destroy function isn't working, but we'll deal with it. And right now it seems like when we still collide with some things, we fly away. I'll deal with that also at another time. But for now, we've got a dummy character who just stands there. We don't want that. We want him to be able to do some stuff. So here is what we want to do today. We want to make him have some AI behavior, and then want him to be able to patrol. So this is a patrol enemy. We're going to have stationary enemies like archers, who are just going to be, when you go to a place for a mission, there are archers in different games where they just at vantage points and they shoot arrows if you enter a certain radius, which is a danger radius, and they see you. So since we know we are going to implement some stealth in a future episode, this guy is going to be a patrol kind of NPC enemy. So let me quickly get my notes out, and then let's get into implementing that. Okay, so there are 3 scripts that we're going to deal with here. First one, when we go to our assets, characters, enemies, we're going to see, so you see here we've got the master NPC and the NPC initializer. Okay, so master NPC is our scriptable object of NPC type. We're about to create NPC types. Now once you create an enemy NPC, we go in there, we're going to create another scriptable object here. Let's create a new C# script, which we're going to call the enemy scriptable object. So enemy SO. Then we'll open that with Visual Studio. Now, as you've seen so far, our scriptable object scripts have been very simple, and we want to carry on with the same here. So here's how this is going to be. We're going to take this out. We'll start with our create asset at the top here. So we'll create asset menu. Then we'll open our parentheses and say file name is equal to, so this is a new enemy, and then we're going to say former menu name is going to be equal to enemy behavior. So different types of enemies will have different types of enemy behavior that we're going to define here. So the first thing we're going to define here is the first thing we're going to define here is our public transform array, which we're going to call throw points. So let me just throw points. I didn't add this in my notes, but I'll just add it for here. We're going to also say public enum, then this will be our enemy type. So we're going to say enemy type. I think we've got NPC type. Now under enemy type, we are going to have a ranged enemy. Then we're also going to have grounded enemies. So grounded enemies are the ones who are going to be having patrols. We're going to just have those two types. We're not going to have so many types. Then we're also going to now come here and say public enemy type. Then we're going to say public float vision range. So this is how far they can see. Then we're going to have a public float patrol speed. This is how quickly they can move around. Okay, so we can just change that at runtime. And we're also going to have a public float the attack range. So they cannot just attack you from everywhere. They can attack you when they're in a certain attack range. That's it for our enemy scriptable object. Now we are going to did we not inherit it from type scriptable object? Yep, we did not. My bad. So say scriptable object. Sorry about that. We wait for Unity to compile. We should clear that. Then we're going to create a new folder here. I'm going to call this enemy types. We're going to go in and create a new enemy behavior, and we're going to call this grounded. So let's say ground, and then he's going to be a ground enemy. We're not going to give him any throw points yet. The vision range, we're going to say 50. He can see for 50 units. The patrol speed, we're going to make it 5. Let's make it actually 2.5 maybe. The attack range, we'll say at 20. 20 units away he can attack. Now, what we need is a script back here. I'm gonna create another script here. We're just gonna have 2 scripts, so not 3. Enemy behavior. I don't know if I spelled behavior correctly, but come on. So we're gonna open up the enemy behavior script. We're gonna leave the start and update because we need them. So we're gonna leave the start and the update because we actually need them. Then we're going to create our variables here. We're gonna have a serialized field called the parent object. So it's going to be of type game object, and then we're going to say parent patrol obj or object. Then we're going to have another serialized field, and this is going to be the enemy scriptable object, which we're going to say enemy behavior. Sorry about that, this p should be lowercase. Then we're going to have another serialized field. This time it's going to be transform array of type throw points, and then we are going to have a serialized field, but it's going to be private. We don't need to make it private, we just need to leave it as it is. We're going to say character controller, the character controller. Then we are going to have, that's it for our serialized fields. So let's leave a line and go private. Transform for our player. So that's for our player. Then we're gonna have private integer, the current patrol point index. So we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have the next one being private transform current waypoint, current, let's say patrol point. Then we are gonna have we have all of those, we don't need them. The only thing that we're gonna have next is our public. We're gonna have two more functions actually, public float, and this will be the vision angle degrees, which we're going to say is equals to 45 f. So 45 degrees is how far he can look. Then we're going to have our final variable private vector3, not 2, vector3, the move direction, which is going to be equal to vector3 .0. Okay, that's it for our variables. Now for the rest of the functionality. Okay, now for the rest of our functionality, we're going to go into our start function. We're going to say character controller is going to be equal to get component character controller. So this enemy behavior is going to sit on the same object where our character controller is. Then we're going to say transform parent is going to be equal to true point obj dot transform. Then we're going to now say enemy behavior dot the patrol points in enemy behavior is going to be equal to the parent, not the patrol point obj, but the parent. Okay, the parent dot get components in children of type transform, and then we're going to say dot where. We're gonna say where t is not equal to parent is not equal to parent obj. Oh no, where it's not equal to parent, not parent obj. Then from there we're going to dot select. So we're selecting x dot game object dot transform, and then we're going to say dot to array. Then we're gonna close that out like that. So this here is a delegate. So we are saying where from the parent we're going to get all the transforms of the children. Where t is not equal to the parent, so it's not a transform of the parent, select the game object dot transform and add them to an array which we are passing into our patrol points. Simple, simple, simple. Then we're going to say patrol points is equal to enemy behavior dot patrol points. Then the player is equal to game object dot find with tag. So trying to find an object with tag. This is going to be our player. Then we're going to get the transform of our player. That's it for our start function. That's it for our initializing of issues. In the update function, we're going to have two functions. We're going to have patrol, not patrol points, just the patrol function. It's going to be a function, patrol, and we're going to have check for player. Those are the two functions we're going to have. Here we're going to say if enemy behavior dot enemy type is equal to enemy type dot ground, then you're gonna patrol. Else you're just going to stand there and we'll give them a different behavior where they look around, because archers have to look around, so they'll be looking around at a 180-degree kind of angle and looking down, because they'll be stationed in some high area, so they'll be looking down and looking at 180-degree angles to try and find you. So we'll leave it like that. If that, then we're just going to say else. We're going to say comment implement archer AI behavior. That's it. Nice and simple. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to say void patrol and then we're also going to have another one called void check for player. Oh my goodness. Check for player. Okay. Okay. Let's go into the patrol function. We're going to say, we're going to start with an if statement. So if the patrol points dot length is greater than 0, then what do we do if the patrol points dot length? No. If it's greater than 0, we're going to patrol. What we meant is if it is equal to 0, we don't have to do this. Let's just put the return function, right? The return will return. That means there is no patrol point for this enemy. But if there are, we're going to say vector3, okay? Vector3 target position is going to be equal to patrol points index. It's going to be current patrol index dot position. Then we're going to now say plot the distance. Let's just write it in full. It's gonna be equal to the vector3 dot distance between the we need two points. We're going to say transform dot position and the target position. Then if distance is greater than 0.1 f or 0.1 f, if it's less than, because greater than, that's not very accurate. If it's less than 0.1 f, we're gonna say current patrol point index. So we're gonna say current patrol point index is going to be equal to the current patrol point plus 1% patrol point length. So we're saying add plus 1 and make sure that it's not it's in the patrol point length, so it must be always within the patrol point range. We do not want it to go above that range. Then we're going to now say move direction is going to be equal to target position minus transform dot position dot normalized. We're going to multiply that by the patrol what is the speed that we put? What is the name of that thing? Didn't we put a patrol speed? It's in our enemy issue. So we're going to say enemy behavior dot patrol speed. Okay, then we are going to come down again. I know this function is a bit long, but it'll be worth it. So now we're going to put a comment and say update the characters rotation, because we want the rotation to be correct. We want them to face where they are going, okay, to make sure the enemy faces the direction they are walking in. They're walking to. Yeah, that's better. So we're gonna say if the move direction is not equal to vector 3.0, then let's just do that. Then we're going to say quaternion. Again, we haven't used quaternions in a while, but we are using it because it's rotation time. Rotation, quaternion, target rotate. rotation is going to be equal to criterion dot look rotation. Then we're going to negate our move direction. Nice and simple. Then we're going to say transform. We're going to say transform dot rotation is going to be equal to, again, criterion dot slurp. We're going to slurp the transform rotation so that it's a bit smooth of a rotation, and then we're going to say the target rotation. Then we're going to say time dot delta time, and then we're going to multiply that by 5.0 f. Once that is done, our rotation is done, we're going to now character controller dot move. Then we're going to move the character move direction, comma, move direction, not comma, but multiplied by the time dot delta time. So that's it for our patrolling. That's literally it for our patrolling. We're going to get to the checking for the player later, but for now that's it for our patrolling. We can come back. We can go to the dummy. We can put enemy behavior on it. So we're going to have enemy behavior, we're going to have NPC behavior. So it's good that we separate those two scripts, not just have NPC behavior and then inside NPC behavior we've got enemy behavior. We've got no, we're going to have enemy behavior, friend behavior, like where they can follow you around, they can assist you, and then we're going to have the normal NPC behavior. So for the enemy type, for this dummy, we're going to pass in that guy. Then for the patrol point game object, let's just zoom out a bit. So let's actually get our dummy, move him back up to somewhere there. Then let's come here, create an empty and call it throw radius. Then let's 0, 0, 0. So it comes back to where the player is. We're gonna move it right in the middle there. Inside there, we're gonna create another empty and then call it waypoint. Waypoint. Then Control D, Control D, Control D, and Control D. So the first one, waypoint, will come right there. Waypoint 1 will come somewhere there. Waypoint 2, we shall bring it somewhere, I don't know. There seems fine. Waypoint 3 shall be brought somewhere there. And then waypoint 4, we shall bring it there. So right now we are not drawing any debug line within our points. We could write a script that would draw a debug line so that you can see where your points are, or if you've got game objects and you're saying from this game object to this game object is the waypoint where the patrol should happen. Yeah, you can do that as well. For now, we shall leave it like that and just see how that will behave. Go to the dummy now, and then we're going to look at enemy behavior. We need the patrol radius. Shall pass our patrol radius. The rest it shall do. So let's hit play. Okay, so we've got weird behavior right now. Very weird behavior. It's not moving. Okay, What have we missed? Okay, guys, made some changes. I've changed this to 0.7 because for some reason the rotation isn't working correctly. We might change it when we get some animations in. We might change it, but for now we'll keep this at 0.7. Then you can also add this, the float patrol speed, which should be equal to enemy behavior dot patrol speed. Then the patrol speed is the one that you're going to replace here. You can take out my debug.log. I don't need it anymore. I'm done debugging our little challenge. And then now what we are going to do now is when we hit play, he will move like that and then turn and go to there, 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 back here, there, there, there. So now in the next one we're going to have it where he moves and each stop he stops there for like 3 to 4 seconds and just looks around before moving again. Stop 3 to 4 seconds before moving again, and then we're going to deal with taking him out via stealth. Then we're going to have him attack us. That's going to be the way we're going to go forward with these things. Alright, so if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Do all that great stuff. Yeah, thank you very much for the support again. Thank you very much for watching the series, and I hope to see you all in the next one.